And we're back on the air to continue on with sports. Do you have something you wanted to share with us there?
No. You were going to talk about the SEC. I was just going to weigh in on that.
Oh, well, NCAA.
Yeah.
Read an interesting article about a quarterback at the University of South Carolina named Connor Shaw.
Right.
Now, the South Carolina has been waiting for a really good quarterback for some time. Noah Spurgeon's meant to be cast at Steven Garcia, but let's face it, he has not. He had a good season, okay season last year.
Well, you have to consider the offensive line too. They gave up 37 sacks.
Yeah,
he had the third best numbers in the SEC while taking 37 sacks.
Yeah, a lot will depend with Tebow on how well the offensive line works this year. And South Carolina has invested a huge amount of time and effort in recruiting and working on their line. We'll see how well that works. But there was a lot of praise. The quarterback coach at University of South Carolina is a guy named Mangus, who was the quarterback for Steve Spurrier, as a matter of fact, at Florida, and he's really high on this kid. He said, you look at him and he throws pretty much like a lot of the other quarterbacks. But he said there's this intangible, this sense of understanding of the game. It reminds me of who was that guy we had at South Carolina?
Todd Ellis?
No, after Todd Ellis. He was not a great thrower. He was not a great quarterback, but he was smart as a whip. He was one of those guys that had those intangibles, and he played extremely well. You always got the max out of him. The name will come to you probably somewhere during the show. But you would have looked at him and said, well, this guy's never going to make it as a as a pro quarterback. He just had the arm. Yeah. But he could read it. The guy could read the defense. He knew what was coming at him, and he could make incredible adjustments. And hopefully, and I think that's what we've been looking for, because I haven't really seen that in Garcia.
Well, in Garcia's defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to read defenses, and they're going to start putting up more offensive packages that are geared towards him. They say
I think he's had a lot of time.
There's he's had one real season. I mean, what the season? The first
last year was his
second
full season as a starter.
Not second full season. He only started part of the season.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That was his first full season as a starter.
All right, I'll give you that.
And so, they say he's dropped 10 pounds. He's done an incredible amount during the summer workouts. He did well in the Garnet and Black game, but Connor Shaw kind of took his thunder in the Garnet and Black game because he hit the big pass.
Okay.
To Alshon Jeffrey. But the big impact for South Carolina is probably going to be Marcus Lattimore. I don't know if you've read about this kid.
Yeah, he's going to. South Carolina has got to be running the ball more this year.
Well, they've
got to be running the ball. They've got incredible running backs.
They now have 4 capable running backs: Lattimore, Miles, Giles, and Maddox.
And they've got great defensive ends. I mean, not defensive ends, but tight ends for blocking. They're going to be running the ball. What do you think, Brooke? See?
If he can keep healthy and not, just be consistently good.
Because God Almighty, did he stink up the place against Connecticut in the bowl game last year?
Yeah.
Oh God, he was awful.
He was bad in the
I would have gone out and said, Coach, come on, give me the ball. I promise I won't throw an interception. Yeah. I just keep handing it off to somebody.
Oh yeah. Well, he was.
Really.
He was horrible in the bowl game against Iowa too.
Yeah, he was.
He was absolutely.
He was. He's not good in the big game. Yeah. All right, Tennessee loses 2 linemen, Achilles tendons. That means they're going to be out a long time. Achilles?
Yeah.
They're going to be out a long time.
Most of the season.
That does mess you up.
If not the entire
those could be career ending too.
They can be, yeah.
I mean, that's serious business. NCAA investigation. The Volunteers are being investigated by the NCAA on things that occurred during the 1 year that Lane Kiffin was at Tennessee.
Yep.
There's about 5 or 6 violations that in of themselves are considered secondary violations, but add up together to the NCAA. That's so many in such a short period of time that it constitutes a major violation for them. And also, what? Miami? University of Miami being investigated for NCAA violations?
Really?
No.
Wow.
Not Miami.
Florida team.
Miami? No. They must be Miami.
I'm telling
Ohio.
you, well, Florida Gators are easily the classiest in terms of criminal record program in that state. Because you have FSU and Miami Free Shoes University and the Miami Hurricanes.
Did you ever watch Big Trouble? If you've never seen Big Trouble, it's written by Dave Barry, who's a humorist with the Miami Herald. Yeah. He wrote this screenplay for this thing called I think Lance is here.
He is here.
Called Big Trouble, and in it, these 2 hit guys are sitting there trying to listen to the radio, and every time they do, it's nothing but sports. They're in Florida. It's nothing but sports, and it's about Gators. And some DJ on there is going, And I hear from you Gator fans all the time, but when things are going bad for you, I never hear from you. So a Gator fan goes up and says, well, I'm a Gator fan, and I'm calling. Well, what's your point? And then it's just going on. It starts looping in. Well, I'm calling. Well, yeah, but you guys never call when things are going bad. But I'm a Gator. I'm calling. And they keep picking, and you keep hearing this periodically through the movie. And it's pretty amusing. Miami apparently was sending illegal texts and making illegal phone calls to recruits. That is strictly forbidden.
Yeah.
Simply because, for one thing, the players, if you text them, that gets charged to them.
Right.
It's not only charged by the person who sends, it's charged by the person who receives.
Right.
And so Miami has been apparently texting recruits.
Yes.
They can get in some big trouble for that.
Oh, they can.
Yes, they can.
And then in recruiting news, there's a kid out of South Carolina. The kid's name is Jadeveon Clowney. He's supposed to be the best. He's the #1 college football prospect for next year.
What's his name again?
Jadeveon Clowney.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
Sounds redundant.
Stands about 6. I think he stands 6'7". He's a defensive end.
6'7". Let me take that redundant wisecrack back. Okay?
Yeah, he runs about 4'3", 40, and he's a
Hey,
defensive.
Lance.
Or no, I'm sorry, like a 4'6", 40, and he's a defensive end. And I mean, he's got the mass to go NFL. And he put on his Facebook page he's considering going to Bama. Like he seriously thinks he's going to Alabama. And I'm like, no. You got to come to Carolina,
That's right.
your state, and
well, there may be a problem there because Bama may be in some NCAA violation trouble themselves.
I doubt
they're being investigated, is my understanding.
Yeah, but I mean
but that doesn't mean anything.
An investigation doesn't necessarily turn up anything.
That's
now
true.
with Lane Kiffin, I could see it because
Well,
he
yeah.
comes from the USC Pete Carroll dirty style.
With Lane Kiffin, it's not where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's fire, there's fire.
Yeah.
You know, that's Lane Kiffin.
You don't see the smoke until the fire's already rolling.
I have the inside track. I don't know if we ever brought up this on the show before, but I probably did. On a kid's going to be extremely highly recruited out of high school as a kicker.
Bruce. No, this is not Bruce.
Kid in Tennessee.
Okay.
Anyway, I know his auntie.
Ah.
And I've been in communication with her in hopes of arranging an interview with this guy. And hopefully I'll be able to do that sometime this coming season because he just finished, I believe, his junior year. So he's got his senior year left to go. So I'm hoping to arrange to go up there. And if I have to, I'll drive up there for a weekend and meet him somewhere where I can find some Wi-Fi and do an interview and just put it up on the show.
Is there anybody that you don't have like 3 degrees of separation from?
Now, I'm telling you, you just got to get out there. I know Brooke Fox. And if you know Brooke Fox, you know Brooke Fox.
Let me just say something right now. No. Sweet baby Jesus, it's hot outside. Did you see that Facebook today?
No.
I pulled up my Facebook. Here, it's right here. Oh, by the way, let me introduce the Droid X to everyone.
I think we ran over, didn't we?
No.
Okay, are we done with the sports?
We got about 1 more minute. If anybody has anything in sports they want to bring up.
Let's let Lance get on a roll in the next segment.
Lance, you missed our great sports quotes. They were hilarious.
They were awesome.
I don't know. Frankly,
Just
none of us
don't
care
do
what
it
you do
next
with
to me.
yourself.
Yeah, just keep it clear, keep a safe distance.
I spent a lot of quality.
As long as you do it in private.
Spent a lot of quality time with myself.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's important to be in touch with your
Yes,
feelings.
exactly. Hold on a second.
Percy's moving away.
I
He's
just
like,
heard.
This is the
I
only
just
time
heard
you'll
a
see me move to the left.
I just heard a radio lady who's filling in for Michael. No, not Michael. What's it? Levin.
Mark Levine. Mark Levin.
She's filled in for Mark Levin.
Mark Levin.
She says she goes something about.
Yeah.
We just
Mark Levin. Yeah.
You're welcome.
We just have to beat those guys off of the, holy shit, does she know what she just
We're not still recording, are we?
No, yes, we are actually.
Damn it. You want to stop this before it gets any
Oh, by the way, it's been 7 days since our last show, and Lady Gaga's tits are out already.
Huh?
Did you remember the last show we talked about? We like to thank Lady Gaga for putting her tits away long enough to
no,
give us
I
lessons
wasn't
on
here for the
morality.
last show.
Well, her tits are out already. She went to Lollapalooza. And there she is, yeah. But anyway, we'll get to that later. We're going to have to come back, and we're going to get off the air right now. Well, not off the air, but we're going to stop recording at Colbertradio.com. We'll be right back.